This morning on DC News Now, a major moment in American history.
Former president was shot.
An attempted assassination on former President Donald Trump.
I still feel that we are seriously divided.
What we know this morning as calls for unity come in across the aisle. Plus, it's a DMV first warn day as dangerous heat moves into the region. Meteorologist Jackie Layer tracking your forecast as we look at chances for record-breaking temperatures this week. And with temperatures touching triple digits,
sticking to the coolest parts of the day is going to go a long way.
How to keep your four-legged friends comfortable and cool.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Well, good morning. It is 8 o'clock right now on a Monday morning. Starting off the live look outside on this DMV First Warn Day. Going to be another hot and muggy day to start your week. We are talking about dangerous heat around the DMV. Good morning and thanks for starting your morning with us here on DC News Now. I'm Tanaya Wright.
Yeah, good morning to you. I'm Corey James. We'll get the latest on the roads and your commute from Shanika in just a moment. Starting things off with Jackie as well. Talk about that forecast. I know Warren County Sheriff's Office just put in that burn ban that's in place. Definitely important with the heat because that could be very dangerous with fires and wildfires during this time.
And also the fact that we do have that severe drought back out that way as well, that any fire that starts would spread pretty quickly. But in terms of the excessive heat warning, that includes all the DC metro area as well as the I-95 corridor, southernmost parts of Maryland, and also back over towards the I-81 corridor too. These are the areas where you could see that heat index value up to 110 degrees. Now the heat advisory, that is where we could see those heat index values upwards of 105 degrees, and that's all those areas shaded in orange. The excessive heat warning, that's all those areas shaded in magenta on your screen. Temperatures are out there right now already heating up. We're already at 87 degrees right now in DC. We're on track to reaching at least the lower 90s, at least within the next 2 hours or so. Right around 81 for Hagerstown, 84 in Lexington Park, and we're going to be seeing those high temperatures right around the triple digits, going with a high of 100 degrees in DC, which will be challenging that old record set back in 1988 for Reagan, which is 100 degrees. So it could be tying or even breaking some records out there later on today. More details on that coming up. Shanika, what are you seeing on the roadways?
All right, good morning. We're starting out in College Park. Here's the inner and outer loop. You are looking good, really good actually, right near Route 1. Now it looks like heading southbound, you will see some slowdowns past this point. That is due to a crash there blocking the right side. So watch for maybe some congestion leading toward that crash. I am seeing some yellow spots there. That is past Rhode Island Avenue. For the rest of your commute, 95 is looking good on the Maryland side, north and southbound in the district. Our street, we have a new crash there northwest. That is right between 7th and 8th Street. So watch for delays here.
Shanika, thank you. Time right now is 8:02. More questions than answers this morning after an attempted assassination on former President Donald Trump over the weekend.
The former president surviving the shooting at a campaign rally in Pennsylvania while one person was killed. The shooter also dead as law enforcement try to piece together the moments leading up to that shooting.
And President Biden speaking from the Oval Office overnight, calling for unity in the middle of an unprecedented political divide. This is as the Republican National Convention kicks off today. Washington correspondent Trevor Shirley reports.
We are fully prepared and have a comprehensive security plan in place, and we're ready to go.
Secret Service officials say they're ready for the RNC, while at the same time refusing to answer questions about Saturday's assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump.
We're confident in the current plan that we have.
Thousands of Republican delegates and party officials are in Milwaukee for the Republican National Convention, now overshadowed by Saturday's shooting.
We cannot, we must not go down this road in America.
President Joe Biden seeking to lower the temperature in a rare Oval Office address Sunday evening.
In America, we resolve our differences at the battle box. You know, that's how we do it, at the battle box, not with bullets.
Tight security plans are now under even more scrutiny after Saturday's lapse. Former President Trump arrived in Milwaukee Sunday evening as the week's official events are set to start today.
And Biden also expressing condolences to the father and firefighter killed during the assassination attempt. Thoughts reflected by Pennsylvania's governor during a speech over the weekend.
Corey was a girl dad. Corey was a firefighter. Corey died a hero. That Corey dove on his family to protect them last night.
And the FBI identifying the suspect accused of killing that man as 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks. This is what we know so far about him. Investigators say Crooks is from Bethel Park, Pennsylvania. That is around 50 miles from the location of the shooting. According to officials, bomb-making materials were found inside his car and home. We've also learned the gun was an AR-style rifle fired from the roof of a building several hundred feet from the rally site. Investigators believe the gun was bought by Crooks' father 6 months ago, and they are working to determine how and when he got a hold of the weapon. Right now, officials say they do not have a motive for the shooting. It is currently being investigated as a potential act of domestic terrorism. And D.C. on high alert after the assassination attempt of the former president.
The Metropolitan Police Department increasing police presence across the city. D.C. News Now's Liberty Simmons live at Lafayette Square Park, which is now closed, with the latest. Liberty, good morning.
Good morning, Tanaya and Corey. Well, just moments ago, we did see U.S. Secret Service officers out here starting to remove the barricades here. And now Lafayette Square Park has been reopened. As you can see behind me, we have been seeing people walk through the area. Now, this is right in front of the White House, and all of this increased security after the assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. Now, Metropolitan Police says it is now working with local, state, and federal law enforcement to monitor the events in Butler, Pennsylvania. That's where the gunman opened fire at that Trump rally. D.C. Police Pamela Smith says she has also briefed Mayor Muriel Bowser on the shooting. Mayor Bowser posted on X calling for an end to gun violence and political violence. Meanwhile, Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin says he is praying for the former president. He says we will fix this together by being Americans. Many other local leaders echoing the call for unity, and visitors to the Capitol also pleading for the same.
I still feel that we are seriously divided. I wish we weren't. I wish that the political parties wouldn't create hatred. It's not going to make a difference 10 years from now.
And D.C. Police says there are no known threats to the district at this time, but they are urging the community to remain vigilant. They say if you see something, say something. For now, live here in Northwest D.C., Liberty Simmons, D.C. News Now.
All right, very important to remember. Liberty, thank you. And we, of course, will continue to follow this story that is continuing to develop both on air and online at dcnewsnow.com. You can find the updates there on the shooting, as well as a comprehensive timeline of events. You can also see the local impacts of the shooting and learn more about the increased police presence in D.C. that Liberty was just talking about there as well.
An update now to a story we first brought to you over the weekend. Police say they have identified a woman killed in a shooting near Fort DuPont Park in Southeast. Officials say 21-year-old Ambria Farmer was found shot on Fort DuPont Drive yesterday. She died at the scene. Police are offering a reward of up to $25,000 for information leading to an arrest.
Time right now is 8:07. Police are searching for the person or people that they say killed a man and injured a woman moments after a candlelight vigil in Prince George's County Friday.
The vigil was in honor of 3 former Wise High School football players who died in a crash a week ago. Our Yamari Sase is live at the scene at Wise High School with the very latest. Yamari, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Just imagine coming to a vigil to honor the 3 people that lost their lives, and then someone ends up losing their life directly after that due to senseless gun violence. Now, police are searching for the people or person responsible for this incident, and they are offering a $25,000 reward to anyone with information that will come forward that also helps them lead to an arrest, and you can remain anonymous. Now, 24-year-old Shahid Omar Jr. was here at Wise High School last Friday to honor the lives of the 3 former Wise High School football players killed in that crash. Now, that includes recent Vikings draft pick Kyrie Jackson, and police say they found Omar and an unidentified woman shot in the school parking lot. Both were rushed to the hospital. Omar died, but that woman is expected to be okay. Now, many people who attended the vigil that Friday say they don't understand how anyone could do this at the time of mourning.
It shocked me. How do you come to mourn and, such a sentimental moment, and then you have to lose another life unnecessarily?
Now, at this time, it's not clear exactly what led up to the shooting, but police are asking the public to come forward. And again, there is a $25,000 reward for any information that helps them find the suspect or person responsible for this shooting. We're now reporting live in Upper Marlboro. I'm Yamari Sase, DC News Now.
Yamari, thank you. Time right now is coming up on 8:10. Health officials are warning about potential measles exposures after they say someone tested positive for the contagious disease in the DMV. DC Health says someone infected with measles visited the CVS and LabCorp on Wisconsin Avenue nearly 2 weeks ago. They say they visited both places July 2nd between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Officials say that you should monitor symptoms of fever, runny nose, watery red eyes, cough, and rash until next Tuesday. And Arlington County's Department of Health says that area's case stems from someone who visited a Harris Teeter. Authorities say the person visited the store on Glebe Road July 1st from noon to 4 p.m. Officials say people who have not been vaccinated should be on high alert and pay close attention to those symptoms. And still to come this morning on DC News Now, it is prime time to save at some of your favorite stores.
We are stretching your dollar as prices drop on essentials online. Plus, big numbers at the box office. The new movies that have people on the edge of their seats this morning. But first, we are taking a live look outside. Jackie, what can people expect when they head out?
I mean, it's already hot and humid out there right now, and high temperatures will be right around 100 degrees later on this afternoon. Definitely want to make sure you're taking those heat precautions today and also tomorrow. But I'll have more details when we finally see some relief in that 8-day forecast right after the break.